Hey guys, Chuck Tornetta, Tortuga Ranch. And let me tell you something, I'm still working on the new pond build. And for some reason, if you think it's easy, it's not. Look at this pile I'm standing in right here. You know what this was? It was 8 tons of topsoil. 8 tons, which we are making into 5 piles or islands. So the beginnings of the islands are this. We just start dumping dirt. As you can see here, we have one here. There's one over here. One there and one there, so I got 5. This piece of plywood here, see with the piece of plywood? Look at me with this thing. Very temporary. You're not gonna see that. It's only to make the turtles feel comfortable because they're in here. There's a bunch of them hiding under there. They feel safe. There's tall grass under there. They're hunkered down. They feel safe. Well, after all these islands are built and all the hibiscus and the hostas and everything else with the fancy grass, once it starts going, they're going to feel comfortable and they're going to be very happy in here. So far, we got some more hibiscus and we put some more fancy hibiscus in here. We have 6 more fancy hibiscus to go, and we're running out to the store for about another, I don't know, $1,000 more worth of hosta and hibiscus and fancy grass. So I just wanted to show the process, how it's moving along, and what goes into this. It's not easy. It's a labor of love, but at the end, it's beautiful. And when you sit back, you come out here, you watch it, or I sit upstairs and I'm eating and I'm looking out the, you know, my all-season room there. I am right above all this, and I can see the turtles walking around, and they're very active in the evening. They go from pile to pile, checking things out, and they love it. So I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you updated on everything that's happening. Thank you. Okay, so 20 hostas later, and however many hibiscus, I don't even know. We put these island piles here, and this is how I plant them. This one I just did. Take a look at it. It's got 1 hibiscus in the middle and 8 different kind of hostas. Just different. There's green, there's blue, there's the white stripe. I don't give a shit. Hosta's great for cover, and I like all different kinds of hosta. So what I do is, come here, Justin, check this. Let the nice folks see how I do this. What I do is we go around and we dig holes about 1 foot to 1.5 foot apart. We fill the holes with water. Now keep in mind, I'm not a horticulturist, I'm just a carpenter. But common sense tells me it's fresh dirt. I want to start them out with a nice juicy drink, you know what I mean? I don't want them to dry out and die. And I've been doing this is how I plant. I just always did it like this, and it works. I fill the holes with water. And then when the holes are filled with water, I'll show you what I do. So now I know I need like 8 plants or something in here. Once the holes are filled with water, I grab my plant. In this case, it's a hosta. I shake it out. It's a little root bound. Okay. I shake it out. I etch up the roots a little bit. My son told me this. He's a landscaper. Got to etch up the roots a little bit so it doesn't get root bound. And then I position it the way I want to position it. And then I fill it in. Now I'll go around, I don't push down too hard. I'll go around the whole garden like that. Oh, this one's really, this one, if you get one that's really been in there a while, sometimes you got to hit the edges. Man. We also got some more water plants. Here you go, come down. Okay, it's coming. Okay. Etch up the roots a little. Etch up the roots a little bit. Sit it in the hole where you want it. I don't even have to see. I can't see through the plant. I bring some dirt around. I'm just going to go around the whole thing like that. dumping out, etching up the roots. That's a little close to the hibiscus, but that's okay. I went a little close that time. Everything's gonna grow out. Yeah, keep on rolling. We'll finish the island, I'll show you what I do. Oh my God, look how root bound this one. Etch up the roots a little bit. That's why I grew this belly, so a little table. Plus, I thought global warming was a real thing and it was going to get cold in the winter, so now I'm screwed because I'm fat. Thought I was going to be the last man standing. Damn. So where we bought these plants, they must have been there for a little while. Somebody out there might be a landscaper, might know a little more than I do about this, but it's working for me. It's a method I use. The most important thing here is water. Water, 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 especially in this heat. I water in the morning, I water at night. And if I can, water a third time, I do water a third time a day. In the middle of the day, but a lot of times I'm working. But if I'm around and can, I will. 2 more plants. The islands are looking great. There's a lot of cover for the turtles. Look how curious the turtles are. See how curious the turtles are? Like, hey, what's going on, man? What are you doing? You got a pellet? This is great. It might look like it's cramped. It might look like it's cramped and there's no room. There's room. Believe me, they'll grow. They'll grow along each other. But you know who will get in the middle of that and do real good? The box turtles. They're gonna feel real great when they're in there hiding. Right smacked up against them. My God, look, there's nothing but roots. Plants are going to be like, I'm free, I'm finally free. Let me wet it down. Now guys, we did this together. Look, we put this beautiful island in while you were watching. Did the whole island. It's nothing but hibiscus and hostas. Many different kinds of hosta. Oh, here it is. What I like to do is, I like to count like 10 seconds per plant. But for the sake of the video, I'll do 5 seconds on each plant and I'll just do them twice. We started out with a nice bulb of water. Again, this is fresh topsoil. This is fresh topsoil we had delivered today. And we put around, and every day, 2 times a day, we're gonna do this. So as it is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 islands. 8 of these islands. The turtles could go from island to island to island. And then we have this Jurassic Park tall grass right here that they can walk through. You want to really saturate the soil. This is the first planting, so for 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be watering night and day. And after that, once the plants are really on their own and the roots start growing and everything starts going pretty good, then they're fine, then they're okay. I still give them a water every now and then, but it takes a while to get them going. It takes at least 2 weeks to get them going. These I planted 2 weeks ago. That's dead. I don't know if you know, listen, a fern, I love ferns, but as much water as I put on that fern, it don't matter. That fern burns up in the sun. Ferns need a little shade, okay? So don't look at the fern. I feel sorry for the fern. I'm sorry for the fern. God forgive me, I killed some ferns. They like shade. I don't have shade right here. But the hibiscus, I planted at the same time. This was a few weeks ago, and they're doing great. And I don't even water them anymore, really. And we have fig trees in here. This is just like heavily planted, like a forest. And that's how I like my stuff. I like my stuff very heavily planted. I want, when I look at this, I want to know that I did the best I could for that turtle. I did the best I could. I don't care if it cost me $2,000, $3,000. Yeah, I'm a little nuts, but it's my passion. And guess what? It works. You know what I mean? There's worse things I could be spending my money on, you know? Not a drug addict, nothing like that. But I spend about as much money as your average drug addict. So, on reptiles. So we got 2 islands done, folks. We did all the islands, but we got 2 of them fully planted. Actually, today we got 2 of them fully planted. We had 3 of them planted already. This was planted probably a week ago, this one. Maybe close to 2 weeks, but and everything's doing fine, everything's living great. I still got one more hibiscus, I'm gonna put it over here. So what I do is, okay, this is what I do when I form the islands, okay? What I want to do is I want to be the height of a flower pot. So what I do is I take my dirt, I dump it in a pile, and then I carefully start dragging back and shaping it. I want this thing to be the height of a flower pot, which is roughly 12 inches, maybe 14 inches. So you see how big it gets. It starts to take form. I go around the whole thing. Now at this point, it's loose dirt, it's soil. This is the last one I'm doing. So I form it. I have a bulldozer rake, so I can turn the rake over and I can bulldoze. And no, that might not be the term. That's just what I call it. I have names for things. Now after I shape the island, and again, I call them islands. I don't know what the hell other people want to call them, but it's a land island. So after I shape the island, you have to hydrate the island. If you don't hydrate the island, it's not really going to form good. So I put this in the shower. I just go around the whole thing. This takes about 10 minutes. It hydrates it. Water is a natural tamper. It gets the air out of the, between, you know, the molecules or whatever of the soil. It's like, this is the soil when you first put it down, and this is the soil with some water on it. And the air's coming out, like an SBD, little fizzers. Maybe that's bad. Maybe that's not a good example. Okay, but that's just what I imagine it's doing. So the weight of the water distributed all across the top of this is now it's pushing down, getting the air out. It's a natural tamper. Now I do it a while for the sake of the video. I'm not going to stand here for 10 minutes while we're on video. But then after I wet it, the first thing that goes in is my showpiece. My showpiece plant goes in the center. I just make a hole. See how it already, with the water, it already holds its form. It didn't fall apart. Holds its form. Stand together. Remember? Dinosaurs. Stand together.
Yeah.
Okay, so after I put my hole, I put water in, fill it up. Fill me out, Buttercup. It's good dirt. It's holding water like a bowl of soup. It's holding water. It's not just, it's holding it. After I got some water in there, I take my showpiece plant, which in this case is a pink and white flower hibiscus. I got the hibiscus. Agitate my roots like I agitate every woman in my life. Okay. And then, put it in there. Bury up nice. Cover up my footprint. So the forensics team don't know I was here. And then water it. Now I have my showpiece in. Now I put all the plants around it. Unfortunately, we only have 2 more hostas because I only bought 20 hostas. I was thinking it'd be like 5 hostas around, but they were a little smaller than the last batch I bought. So it took like 8 of them around each one. Or 10. So folks, that's it. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like when it's all done. And actually it's got a long way to go before it gets done. You see that rock right there? All right, that's 3 tons of river rock. I don't know, 3 or 4 tons, I don't know what I ordered. So I gotta take this river rock, I gotta wash it off, and I gotta line it all up my waterfall and down the sides. It's not a cheap hobby, folks, but it's gonna be beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for spending some time with me. So I didn't get to the rock yet, or the pond. Hello, little guy. I hope you like your new house. But this is where we're at by the end of today. And like I say, it'll get much better than this, but we have a lot more to plant. I need at least 20 more hostas. I need a lot of hostas around this island. Hello, little guy. Sorry, walking through. And then this island's done, just needs to be, you know, watered so it all takes. And then I am going to keep this patch of high grass right here because this is very soft grass right there, very soft grass. The box turtles love to hide in it and walk through it, and that'll be good. This one's done. Coming through here, we have more islands. And then pond. Hey buddies. My little babies are hungry. They want to eat. And then of course, hey buddy, We got a lot of plants, a lot of more plants today. I bought some jumbo irises. I picked up this iris today, huge. I picked up that huge mature iris. So got them going. I still have a few more cattails I want to put in the top spillway. The parrot's feather is going to look like this for a little bit because I just put it there. These roots are going to die, but these are all going to stay alive because they're in the water up there, and they're going to bloom and full plume and fall all over the place. You'll see, it'll be beautiful. The duckweed is taken off. And you know, a lot of people don't like it. I like duckweed. I'll tell you why. One, the turtles like to eat it. And two, if the pond is in full sun, it will get warm. Like, it'll get warm. And they don't need to be in 90-degree water. They need to be in water that's about 78 to 80. And that, you know, the more cover you could put on your pond, the more shade the water gets. And when the water gets shade, it's just, you know, it's good. It stays cooler. Thank you, everybody, for watching this tonight. And I will put more videos together for you guys as we're getting closer. We're going to mulch. We're going to rock the pond. We're going to buy more plants. Okay, this is a water feature that will be very beautiful when it's done. Thank you.